I think when Obed started, he was really raw. A kid that was playing above his age. I mean, he debuted, I think, at 15 or 16. You saw it from the very beginning, but he's shown and grown over the course of time that he can compete not only at this level, but Europe, World Cup. He's still a kid, but he's grown so much within this organization.
My soccer journey is very unique. For me, it's very normal because that's all I know. But I feel like for other people, it's kind of crazy. My name's Obed Vargas. I was born in Anchorage, Alaska. I play as a midfielder for the Seattle Sounders, number 18, and I also play for the Mexican national team. One of the first things I started to notice playing in Alaska was sometimes like the teams would just fall apart because there wasn't enough players to play. And that's when I started to realize, oh, like the infrastructure isn't there. There isn't quite the players to make everything happen. That's why there's only 4 or 5 clubs in the state. But I think what helped me so much was that I always played up in age group. And so I was always playing kids that were 2 years older than me, physically stronger, faster. I remember going home like crying because I just couldn't physically compete with those players. They were so much stronger than me. And I just remember my parents telling me, like, you don't have to carry them. They would tell me that in Spanish, no los tienes que cargar. You just have to be smarter than them.
How are you? Welcome back. Does it feel like home again? You guys want something to sign? You have a sign, put it out. You want your jersey? You can have your jersey. Can we get in a line, please? Single file line. So they've been big fans of yours for a long time, and yeah, I told them this weekend you might be coming out. There's a chance. They've been bugging me all day about it, and they thought your helicopter was yours. You're gonna come out in a limo. Every little kid that walked by, there's little Obed, there's little Obed. So
that's great. It's great. Great to see these boys.
Great to see Rush again.
Yeah.
Alaska Rush.
You're a legend.
You know, I reflect my son in every single of these kids. Like, I think the time where he was his age and dreaming about to be a pro soccer, and now, you know, we can testify now that Alaska can produce some pro soccer players. You know.
Good morning, Government Hills.
Good choice. Go, go, go. Good choice. Go, go, go.
Mr. Vargas is here. I hope
Good choice.
Especially you soccer lovers out there.
Hey, here's Miss Nelson.
I want to see this guy. Oh.
How are you?
So good. I was just watching you Saturday.
Are you teaching now?
I am. I'm teaching first grade.
No more subbing?
No more subbing. No.
Yeah.
Does he play left foot or right foot?
I'm right-footed. Are you left-footed?
mexicanos en nuestra clase.
¿Sí?
Es de México y Len, su mamá es de México.
¿Eso? ¿Tu papá también? ¿Dónde? Ah, es dominicano. Hello. Damn.
Interruption. We just got notification that there's a moose on the grounds in the parking lot, so please be aware there's a moose in the parking lot.
Let's go see the moose?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Not you guys. You guys say you're Mr. Harris. They want to see the moose.
This is just a normal day for us, huh?
Hey, buddy, over here. Come on, get in here quick.
It was a good childhood. I enjoyed it a lot. I also didn't know much of the world. Anchorage is a very small town, so you kind of only know what you know. I mean, you always have the dream. I always had the dream. I remember in school, they asked me, what do you want to be? I always say professional soccer player. I feel like everyone kind of says what they want to be when they're young. but it was just a dream until I think I joined the Sounders Academy.
The way that Sounders discovered me, it was kind of more of a recommendation to the Sounders. One of the coaches on the Region 4 team, he recommended me to the Sounders and told them to look at me. I guess the Sounders had seen me play at ODP as well, and they invited me to a tryout. I just figured, you know what, my mentality was like, if I play good enough, someone will see me. I mean, I remember showing up to training, and the captain, Cody Baker, he's now on the first team with me as well. He handed me my kit. I showed up in like just normal gear, and I was like, where's my stuff? And Dan Locke, the coach at the time, he's like, Cody's gonna give you your kit. He grabbed my kit, and he gave it to me, and I seen the Sounders badge on it. And this one, like, I realized, like, this is real deal, you know, this is a different level.
At any club and going through any academy, you have your challenges, but his love of the game is probably what made him special. From a young age, he was always so intense, so passionate about the game, and it's pretty obvious when he plays.
I mean, my debut, I was 15. I'm still young. You're not developed at all. My first few years as a pro, 15, 16, 17, 18, even now 19, I'm still not as big as those guys on the field. And I just remember back to when my parents tell me, like, you don't have to carry them. You don't have to be faster than them. You just have to be smarter and outthink them.
I think as fans, we need to appreciate his ability to wiggle out of trouble, his ability to cover so much ground for this team, and certainly now playing in the midfield, he makes my job easy. He's shown that he wants to grow, and that's kudos to him and his family for the values and morals that they give to him.
¿Unas tortillas o qué? ¿No necesitamos tortillas? ¿Ya tenemos tortillas? ¿Ya?
Podemos hacer que vamos a hacer la carne, allá hay carne.
Vamos a lo que sigue. Está bueno. Usualmente no me gustan los tamales, pero está bueno.
I've always felt more Mexican living in the U.S. When I went to school, I knew I was different. Not just skin color or stuff like that, but like the language I spoke at home was different than what they spoke.
Sopes?
Like the lunch that they would bring, it was just different than mine. Like maybe I brought some tortillas to school for lunch and they would bring like a sandwich, you know, and it was just like the food that I brought for lunch was different than, so I always like knew I was a little bit different. I always felt a little bit different. All those little things, like I felt more Mexican than American, but when I go to Mexico, sometimes I feel more American than those guys because it's obvious that I have a little bit of both in my life. Choosing national team is, you have to be very careful because there's a lot of people on both sides you can offend, and I've always, you know, tried to be very respectful to both sides.
Le decimos, nosotros te vamos a apoyar, lo que tú decidas, lo que tú sientas, lo que te dicte tu corazón. Si es Estados Unidos, vamos con Estados Unidos. Si es México, vamos con México.
In my decision, I try to make everyone happy, but you just can't. I remember telling my parents, like, I want to play for Mexico, but I don't want to feel like I've disrespected the U.S. But I just had a different feeling when the Mexican national team played. I chose the Mexican national team because I played for my family, and my family's from Mexico, and it was my dream as a kid, and nothing's going to change that.
And what was it like seeing him come on for his first senior national game and his experience?
Me lo recuerdas y perdón. Lo que te puedo decir es que no pude contener las lágrimas, pero no fueron lágrimas de gusto, fueron lágrimas de mucho orgullo. En ese momento se me vino una película en la cabeza donde yo recordé todos los años cuando yo jugaba, que estaba joven, que también tuve la misma ilusión, todos los años de
Vamos, vamos.
de viajar con él. Todos los años de entrenar, de tratar de hacer lo mejor para que él cumpliera su sueño, que le doy gracias a Dios que todo lo que se ha hecho, todo lo que ha hecho mi esposa también, la familia, y perdón, no quise llorar, pero a veces los recuerdos te traen melancolías, te recuerdan muchas cosas, esos momentos.
I think when I got my first call up, I was in the car with my dad, and it was kind of crazy. You're born in Anchorage, Alaska. You play in the U.S., and you're the first 2005 to get called up to the Mexican national team. Like, you weren't supposed to make it.
My favorite club growing up has always been Atlético de Madrid. I just felt identified in them. Just the way I grew up in Alaska, my team was always, wasn't bad, but everyone didn't expect us to win. No one expected us, especially when we went outside of the state. They kind of played like their bench against us and would override us. And I feel like it's similar to Atlético Madrid. No one expected them to win La Liga titles, to get a Champions League finals. No one really expected anything from them. And they always just have that, fight, that grit mentality that I think it has been such a big part of my career as well, coming from Alaska, having to fight every single time I went and played outside the state. Then moving to Seattle, had to fight for a spot on the academy team, had to fight for a spot on the second team, having to fight for a spot on the first team. Just everywhere I've gone, I had to fight and really earn everything. And I think that's just the identity of Atlético de Madrid. It's the spirit that I really identify myself with.
I was sitting right here in my bed, just watching the draw, and I was like, please give me Atlético, please give us Atlético. My mom was in her room. I was like, Mommy, we got Atlético. This is gonna be crazy. And then after that, I don't care who we get, but as long as we get Atlético, like that's just what I wanted. I want to play against Atlético. That was it.
That would be like my moment to try and prove myself, just in front of El Cholo against his team. I'll be as motivated as I can possibly be, for that game. So, I mean, hopefully I do well, and maybe they like me. Bájate para darnos un abrazo, siempre me das el abrazo y...
¿Ya te vas? Okay.
Ya me voy, ya le estaciono el carro y ellos van a venir conmigo.
Sí, ok. Está ya bien. Me tiras, por favor. Que Dios te ayude y te acompañe, que gane.
Que se proteja, hijo.
I'm very excited to play in the Club World Cup. It's gonna be a party. It's gonna be amazing for the city. I think for me, it's gonna be a big stage. The whole world's gonna be watching. It's just a stage to prove that I can make a move to Europe, that I can play, compete. It kind of gives me feelings of when I make my debut, where you're just kind of excited to play. I wasn't nervous. You're just excited to be on the field with those guys and see what happens, see what you can do.